If 16-year-old you could see you now, what would 16-year-old you think about your life? 16 years old me thought everything sucked. He would think my life sucked. I'm 16 right now and I'm going to the mirror to laugh at myself. 16-year-old me. What a fat fucking piece of shit me. Dancing while waving my man tits. He'd be pretty excited about it. I didn't think I'd live to be 40 when I was 16 and definitely didn't think I would own a house. He'd also think my wife is hot 'cause I do. He would be RLY confused why he's gotten 2 months younger. He would say, "Oh shit, I wear glasses now." And then look at my car and be like, "Aw we fancy now." Truthfully, he'd probably look past the fact that I am a middle-aged man who is 20 pounds overweight and losing my hair and focus on the fact that I have, by 1993 standards, a gigantic flat-screen television and a home office filled with Lego sets from all the things I loved as a kid. Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, Star Wars. She probably wouldn't believe what she was seeing. At the time she thought she'd die as soon as she'd figure out a good suicide plan. Now that I'm finally coming out of depression, I tend to feel like it robbed me of so much time on my life and haven't achieved what I wish I had achieved at a younger age. But my 16-year-old self would probably be proud and encouraging. He'd be surprised with how quickly life goes from easy to hard. Both parents die in our 20s. The last living grandparent develops dementia at 100 years old, whom we become POA for. It's easy to compare grass is greener, but you'll feel isolated because you don't relate to people in your 30s or even older generations in the workplace. The salary is good though. Not to mention the core group of friends you have always answer the phone when you call. The man sleeping next to you seems to indicate that we never grow out of this gay phase, huh? Wow, this thought feels very dark and pretty upsetting. Where'd everyone and everything go? Is this really it? Wait, what happened to my girlfriend? Who's that chick? Other than the job, it's pretty dope. Have the gaming setup of my dream. Married the girl I had a crush on at 16. Have a little one with her as well. 2 dogs. Live in a nice neighborhood with friendly neighbors. Near a large pond so I can go fishing. Brew beer and mead. And I can enjoy weed by going to store like I am buying a pack of gum. All in all, I am very fortunate. So, not a doctor, huh? No. But you have a master's and you work as a therapist helping people who really need it. But not a doctor. No. Are you thinking about doing a PhD at least? Kinda. There's a limited amount of good that would do us. Outside of the title, but the title is awesome. I know. She would be surprised. She was so scared that whatever she wanted to do wouldn't matter by the time she was in her mid-20s. Because she would just have to get married and make a family like everyone else. She had no idea that she could just leave everything behind looking for her dream job. That it would be a very arduous but rewarding journey. She would also not believe that she doesn't have long brown hair anymore. I would probably be pretty mad at myself. I gave up a career I worked so hard for to stay home and raise kids. I think it was the right decision and I'm happy with it. But my 16-year-old self with big dreams, who's working her ass off, would probably kick the shit out of me. 3 years later I'm still depressed as fuck and haven't done anything with my life. I think 16-year-old me would just be surprised I didn't off myself yet. Well, for a start he'd be all, "You're looking at a website on your telephone?" Then he'd be happy that I was happily married with 3 awesome kids. Maybe a bit sad I don't have a dog. Dude. That's not what I planned. And why are you so fat? Please tell me this isn't the future. No. Oh. Yeah. I kind of saw that coming, that I'm a loser. A total failure to launch. I've been depressed since I was like 14. I've always kind of known it would go the way it has, but it has started to make me increasingly cynical and bitter the last couple of years. My lack of passion or drive for anything is starting to affect how my wife sees me, and I know it will eventually result in her leaving me. I don't blame her in the slightest. She deserves someone better, to be honest. I'm really surprised your DNA made cute kids. And, cool phone. Motherfucker. You actually got the busty redhead. With dye. But nevertheless. Wife and black and white cat you wanted. But how did you even get into that career choice? That's not what I had chosen. It's cool that you're already planning getting your own house. Though I would have expected you to own a car already. Decent gaming PC. But you don't seem to play too often. 16-year-old me was dead set on never being pregnant. I'm sure 16-year-old me would be pissed at 30-year-old me. She'd be so proud. So hopeful. I changed my mind a few times and what career path I want to follow. But now I'm finally in uni. Equivalent to college. And managed to get myself into a relationship. 16-year-old me never had any relationship and thought that would never change. I also have a backbone now and don't roll over for anyone anymore. 16-year-old me would be envious of that. 16-year-old me would be pissed I still lived in California instead of moving back to Texas as planned. But I've fallen in love with it. My 16-yo self was not of sane mind. However, I would assume kids and gray would be in the first two sentences with disbelief. He wouldn't be surprised, but would ask, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?" I mean, I'm 15 now, so I guess she wouldn't be very surprised. He'd probably realize that hard work doesn't always pay off. I'm 17, have been for 2 months now, so he'd probably be like, "Really, you still haven't changed? So we are still a loser but have sex? Good enough." 16-year-old me would say, "Wow, you lost lots of weight. I'm sorry to see that your first year of college and your last year of high school was ruined from COVID. Your confidence is better and no way. We lost our virginity. You did it." I'm cringing reading this back, but I don't care. She'd be confused at how different I turned out, but also think I'm cool and hot, so that's all that really matters. She would laugh. And wonder how I got so normal. Married 20 years. Big house. New cars. Steady job. And 2 kids. Damn, IDK, 'cause I am still 13. I guess he would just say you have it easy now. I'd be surprised I'm still alive. My life plans were supposed to end 10 years ago, now. I mean, I don't like living in general, but my life is good. I think she would be impressed since she didn't think we would amount to anything. It's weird talking like this. Why have you stopped dyeing your hair? And where are those Marilyn Manson and DBZ tattoos you were going to get? The whole trans thing would probably be a decent shock. It shouldn't be. But it would be. That poor idiot. He turned into dad. Mentally, I wouldn't understand because of reasons. I'd also probably think that things are going to be alright. He'd say, "So those drug movies that they showed in health class are right?" Probably wouldn't be surprised but would still be disappointed. I turned 32 yesterday and this is far too sad to think about. Wow. It really doesn't get better with time? It actually gets worse? Why the fuck have you not clocked out yet? Quote. She'd be delighted. Struggling with school. Worried about my exam results and what shitty minimum wage job I might be able to get. Trying to come to terms with my sexuality. Thinking I'm weird and unlovable. Now have an awesome wife. 2 adorable dogs. An awesome job and just recently bought a lovely 3-bedroom house. Holy shit. You actually pulled it off, got an amazing hot wife. Dream job. House. Paid off car. Investments and I just turned 30. I put my head down in college and focused and got a great job after a few years. 16-year-old me would never believe I'd do anything even remotely related to science or engineering. Or be good at statistics. Or have a PhD. That just was not at all in my thinking at age 16. 16-year-old me would be shocked at how well I am doing. At 16 years old I had just quit doing drugs after failing the 9th grade for the second time. I am now a DBA and make 6 figures. Also, 16-year-old me would be like, did you have sex? Yes? OMG, so awesome. There really is a benefit to coming from low expectations. Ha. I graduated high school with full scholarship when I was 16. Now I'm just a burnout YH.